This news update is brought to you by...
From rom-coms to dramatic tearjerkers and hit action movies, video on demand from Flow's got what you need, baby. Spend some we time tonight. Oh yeah. Simply press the VOD button on your Flow remote. This is how we do TV. This is how we flow.
This is the Barbados Today evening news update for Wednesday, January 27th. Thank you for joining us. I am Mary Claire Williams. The National Union of Public Workers has set a Thursday deadline for management of the Grantley Adams International Airport, Inc. to respond favorably to calls for outstanding payment to workers. The union says failure to do so will result in industrial action on Friday. General Secretary of the NUPW, Rosalind Smith, says they want management to honor a 3.5% increase owed to workers since 2010. The NUPW met with airport workers this afternoon to discuss the matter.
We will start whatever action is necessary to let the management, the board, the minister and all those persons who are involved in this exercise know that we are serious on this matter. We are not going into details because, as I said, it's a matter that has been outstanding for almost 5 years, so we need to sit and see exactly where the board stands on this issue.
Prime Minister Freundel Stuart tells the public he and his cabinet are not to be blamed for the current economic crisis. That was his message to this month's luncheon of the Barbados Chamber of Commerce at the Lloyd Erskine Sandiford Centre today. Stuart told the business community that over the past 50 years, the country has weathered 4 major economic downturns, and the respective leaders at the time were not responsible.
I listened to very well-meaning discussions here in Barbados about what we should do and what we should not do and what we can do. And sometimes I get the impression that we're talking about a nation of Robinson Crusoes occupying our own little island. We are influenced by nothing happening elsewhere, and we influence nothing happening elsewhere. In the immortal words of Simon and Garfunkel, we touch no one and no one touches us. That we are a rock, we are an island, and a rock can feel no pain, and an island never cries. That's not my experience, and that's not your experience either.
Stuart's comments come on the heels of concerns raised by local economist Professor Andrew Downs that while the tourism industry is fueling economic growth, other sectors continue to face challenges.
Be very uncompetitive from an international perspective, but I still think there will be a local demand for some of these products in the agriculture sector, manufacturing, especially agriculture. I still think there's hope for the agriculture sector. There's still a lot of the unused land for livestock and vegetable production, and that sort of market gardening type of activity can take place. And there's always that ongoing demand in the restaurants and the hotels for local produce. Yeah. So I think what we need, however, is to be able to get those sectors, agriculture, and not so much manufacturing. I think manufacturing will have to be specialized, as Delilah indicated, in selected areas. But I think there's still hope for aspects of the agriculture sector. I think the issue has to be the extent to which people will be interested in engaging activity in those sectors.
Opposition Senator Wilfred Abrahams is calling on the government and the post office to ensure that pensioners are able to cash their checks. In a statement issued today, Abrahams said some pensioners were able to cash the checks at the Oistins and airport post offices on Monday, but many were turned away on Tuesday because there was no money at the post office. He said today there was only one cashier, and the pensioners were also told there was no money. Abrahams told Barbados Today he has received complaints from some affected individuals and the situation is unacceptable.
The option of choice for most pensioners is to cash the checks at the post office, and the post office does not have money. Now, it's inexcusable that if the pension checks were received by people Friday and on Monday, and most pensioners live pension check to pension check, that when they go to cash their checks at the post office, which is a facility provided by the government of Barbados for them to cash their checks, that they're told there's no money. That is inexcusable. We're talking about celebrating 50 years of independence, and we're making a great song and dance and a great fanfare about the fact that we're independent and how far we've come. But can we really be independent if we're not treating our pensioners and those who've served this country well, upon whose backs we've built our own independence?
Sports now. Chris Gayle has been re-signed by British cricket club Somerset for 6 matches in this summer's T20 Blast competition. Gayle scored 328 runs in 3 appearances for the team last year. His first game is on June 1st against Sussex, and his final match will be against Hampshire on June 19. Gayle says he's looking forward to seeing the fans and scoring some more runs and hopefully helping the club reach the later stages of the tournament.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Secure your future, be financially strong. Since 1983, we have been there for you. A smart range of products, great tax benefits. We're the solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. Humble beginnings to smart loans, smart savings. Save smart and borrow smarter. That's the move for me. Stability, prosperity. We're the solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union.
In news from the region, Haiti's President Michel Martelly wants the Organization of American States to send a high-level mission to Port-au-Prince as the country struggles to hold the second round of presidential elections. Sunday's vote was postponed due to unrest. OAS Secretary General Luis Almagro says Martelly is also requesting a special meeting of the Permanent Council to discuss the current political situation. Haiti's representative at the OAS, Ambassador Bochit Edmond, told the council that the country remains convinced that elections is the only way forward to guarantee democracy, and failure to do so would be chaotic. Finally, the European Union is calling for an immediate ceasefire in southeast Turkey, where violence is increasing between the military and the PKK Kurdish insurgents. Hundreds of people have died and thousands have been displaced since a ceasefire broke down in July. We get more in this BBC report.
The battle for control of southeast Turkey. A NATO member and EU candidate plunged into violence with Kurdish rebels, the PKK, fighting for autonomy. A curfew here in Diyarbakir as the authorities push in and keep us out.
For weeks, the clashes have been going on inside the old town, and still the firefight continues. The government insists it's targeting only PKK militants, but locals say civilians are being caught up in the crossfire and directly hit.
Nearby, the fight intensifies. The army says around 500 rebels have been killed since December. Activists say over 100 were civilians. Even retrieving the dead isn't safe. A group comes under fire. The rest of these pictures are too graphic to show.
That's the evening news. Remember, there's more on our website, www.barbadostoday.bb. You can also subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, and like us on Facebook. We're on Izumi Media in bus terminals and Screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. You can also tune into Channel 101 on Flow TV and Mix 96.9 FM for the latest news and sports. I am Mary Claire Williams. Have a good evening.